going to Kent, you know, having to compete against the starter, beating a guy out. Like, I always had to compete for my place at all times, even when I was the better guy, because everyone was trying to replace you or do something, you know. And so I've always felt that energy of like having to prove people wrong. And when it was uncomfortable, I was so used to being uncomfortable with how my dad, my older brother, my dad trained me with the situations that I was in, that I was always comfortable in the uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? Live in that.
So like when I got drafted in New England, you know, hard environment to play. It's tough, but you win. But I was accustomed to tough love. I was accustomed to that coaching style of what everyone has their narrative they think it is in New England.
I can't figure you out, Edelman. I'm not that smart, so just show me that you know what to do.
You know, I was accustomed to that because of what I grew up with. So, you know, that pulls from a lot of different directions.
Like those solitude moments that allow you, you know what I mean, to find that, like, that edge. You know what I mean? Like, what are the things that like you're thinking about, and like what are you saying to yourself, right, headed into a game, or, you know, when you did get drafted, like, where's that appreciation moment, but then also that other trigger that's like, oh yeah, the work is not done.
You know, when I got drafted in the 7th round, last round, you know, and I was a quarterback in college, had to transfer to receiver. So, you know, we had the barbecue, the friends, the family, everyone was there for the call, and, you know, oh, it's great. Everyone, we're going to the NFL. Well, what people didn't realize, when you get drafted in the 7th round, there's 90 guys on the football team. They cut it down to 53, 46 play on a game day. So once that clicked, I was like, oh shit, I got to make this team. So it was one of those things where, you pulled and you got to experience, you know, an unbelievable day, and you know, remembering playing catch on the street with the, you know, my dad making all the holes with the rocks in the middle of the street. I remembered all that on that draft day, but then right away it clicked in my head that, you know, you got to go out and make a team, and it's business now. So, going into a game though, like for me, I would always go over and I tried to visualize each and every play. So you have a call sheet in football. You know, we have a lot of time to prepare. You know, it's once a week. So, you know, you rep every play on all your situations: first down, second down, third down, red area, 4-point plays, third down in the red area, backed up situations, change of possession situations.
There's so much intelligence that goes into like football. I would say that, like, even in college, like the football players, I always say, we're so much smarter than us, because you went to class, like, like whether you went to class and then you had like football class. So there's a lot of intelligence in all of that information of, you know, studying.
Well, you know, it's very different like the other sports. Like in basketball, you guys have 86 games. You can, you know, fuck around, slide 6 games, you know, and you're good. You know, when every game in football, because of the, you know, the number of games we have, 17, every week is like life or death. You know, one game can kill you, so you can't afford
to not like, be prepared.
Not be prepared. And, you know, when you have psycho coaches, like every coach in the NFL is, what they are, they're trying to give you the information so you can go out and play fast. And for me to play fast, I would go through all my plays and I would just visualize, because I wanted, when the situation came in the game, I knew what play we were going to call because we've repped it, we've gone over it, we walked through it. And so then I could think about other things. I could think about my creativity on my route. You know, when the more you know in football, the more subconsciously you react to the play, and you get to use your athleticism. Whatever your super strength is, your superpower. If you're a big guy, you're an explosive guy. I was explosive quick. So I could use those things in my advantage if I studied. I knew everything pre-snap, what was going to happen. You know, so that's what I had to do in order for me to get in the right mindset for a game. I always had just, you know, if I was nervous, because there's a lot of things in football. You're dependent on people. It's you know, you're dependent on execution of 10 other guys. So a lot of shit can hit the fan. But like for me to hone in that anxiety going into a game, you know, that's what I would always fall back on prep and just kind of just keep feeding my brain.
Yeah, I love that because a lot of this show is really, you know, for business aside the game is like, you know, this is the champion mentality, right? It's like whether you're playing football or whether you're an entrepreneur or you're looking at a deal, it's so much research. It's so much research. And then, you know, once that database is filled up, it gives you the opportunity to like be creative. You know what I mean? And see like how something feels. You know, like I would do the same thing in basketball. Like during my nap, I would try and I would try to predict the score, and then I would try to predict when different teams had runs.